Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way, from the earth to the cross, my debt to pay, from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high.
Have you ever had a nightmare? I have some recurring nightmares that will come back from time to time. One that comes to mind is I would have a nightmare about being in my car and I'm going down the road, and somehow my body was restrained back against the seat, and my legs, no matter how far I reached them, I couldn't get to the pedals, and the car was going faster and it was going faster. Maybe that says something about the busyness of life and feeling out of control. But we have situations where we feel like it's escalating and things need to slow down. It's going too fast. People are getting overheated. What do we need? We need patience. That's how we press on the brakes spiritually. And I think anything you want, you need to practice it. If you're playing baseball, you practice grounders, you practice catching pop flies, you practice bunting. But the same thing is true really in every endeavor, including spiritual things. We have to practice patience. So you feel this little irritation coming up. Somebody's disappointed you. Some plans have changed. What do you do when you feel that little irritation? Well, you've got to take a breath. You might want to say a prayer. You've got to pause and slow down. You know, the Bible tells us in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, beginning in the 4th verse, that love is patient and kind. So I want to respond in a loving way. And patience is the restraining power of love. It keeps me from saying and doing things that are hurtful because I'm losing control. Patience is the ability to endure. When something is frustrating you or someone is frustrating you, it's the ability to endure without losing your temper, without lashing out, without misbehaving, so that I'm not controlled by outward circumstances, but I'm inwardly and spiritually controlled. And that, my friends, takes practice. Lots and lots of practice. A good example, if you want to think about patience, would be the father of the faithful, Abraham. Why did they call him the father of the faithful? Because he was so patient. And to be patient is an evidence of your trust. He trusted that God was in control, that God would do what he said he would do. And so his light shines to all of us. It inspires us, it impacts us and says, listen, you need to put your trust in God. Because if you feel like things are out of control, you're going to act out. You not only need to tolerate these disappointments, you need to be able to transform them. And you see, love and faith and patience transform those events. So Abraham is called out of Ur of the Chaldees. He's called to the promised land. He's told that his descendants are going to be as many as the stars in the sky and the sand on the seashore. And time passes, and he doesn't have an heir. It's disappointing. It's frustrating. And yet, God would fulfill his promise. It was many years until God fulfilled what he said. But Abraham, in spite of the Hagar debacle, in spite of other events, he never stopped trusting. He never stopped believing. And his patience, it's just so beautiful and so commendable for us. God will keep every promise he has made. His promise to be with us in difficult times, his promise to save us eternally in heaven, his promise that the things we suffer in this world are not worthy to be compared with the glory that will be revealed. And so we need trust. We need love. We need more patience. So that's the challenge. How can I respond more wisely and effectively? Well, it's by seeing more clearly. It's seeing the situation as an opportunity to glorify God. It's seeing the God of heaven who will never leave you or forsake you. And that's why faith is critical for patience. But it's not something you choose once. It's something that you have to choose each and every day when you get up, that I'm going to display to the world, letting my light shine, my confidence in God, and my determination to follow his example of love. I'm going to do it today by being more patient. It's something you're going to need to practice. You're going to need to put the brakes on. You're going to feel the irritation rising. You can't do this thing. Don't give up. Be patient. I hope you enjoy your discussion tonight. God bless.
You came from heaven to earth to show the way. From the earth to the cross, my debt to pay. From the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky, Lord, I lift your name on high.